from Oregon Inlet, North Carolina. Welcome to Fish to Sea. Day 3 of fishing, getting ready to go out here to catch some sheephead, hopefully. Got a strong outgoing tide. We're gonna go out to the new bridge out here at Oregon Inlet. Remember the name of that bridge? I don't remember the name of it either. Bonner Bridge. I still call it Bonner Bridge. It's Bonner Bridge all of my life. I guess it'll probably be Bonner Bridge until I die. Bass Night. Bass Night Bridge. Yep. That's what it is. That's where we're headed. Stick with us. Extremely light bite. Deeper? Yeah. These things bite like a crappie in freshwater. Just feel a little tip and then sets a hook. Sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not. 11 inches. There it goes. There's a good one. It's worth changing the piers, wasn't it? Yeah, 14. I'll take it. And here we got a, this is just a 20-pound bag of ice that I've took salt water and mixed in just to make a good cold ice bath, and that preserves the meat really well. That fish should go to sleep pretty much instantly. Let's see if we can do that again. Inlet. That's a nice one. Look at that one. One Dad just pulled up here. Man, that is beautiful. Look at the mouth on that thing. He's opening it wide open for you.
Stick your finger in there. See what happens.
Yeah, he can come back without a finger. Look at that there. That's wild. Okay. There's a hook. That is a pretty one. It's quite 17. 17 on the money. I nailed that. Hope you fish. Nice one. It's number 6 and 7. Made mine look small. Keep 10 of these a day. And 10 per person. Oops. Got a mess. I've got a mess. Dad's got a nice one. Oh yeah.
He's going back down. He says, I ain't ready. No, he don't. Look at this one. Dad's catching the big boys. He's using this old-fashioned sheepshead rig. Got about 4 inches of heavy-duty fluorocarbon, and I'm using a newer rig that I've like just a typical drop shot type style. Both of them are catching fish right now. I was hoping my newer style rig would tangle less, but right now they're both producing. Some are 10. There was a piece of ice got stuck in his mouth and he just crushed it like it wasn't nothing.
Oh, hey, what's it, Brian? He ain't doing it, but he's fighting.
Yeah. Pretty one, probably about 14. That's fish number 14 in the box. All right, now I can show you this rig I'm using. We got an 80-pound braided main line going to a swivel, and I got 40-pound fluorocarbon. I tied a dropper loop in it, about 2 inches long, to a #1 live bait hook. Now that #1 live bait hook is key to this rig because it lets you get in past their teeth and hook up in some meat instead of just the bone of their teeth. And then I've got 2 ounces of weight on a snap swivel at the bottom. That's the rig I'm using. The main points of it is the 80-pound braided main line and the this #1 bait hook. There's a lot of different hooks that will not work on these sheepshead, but this hook for me seems to work about the best. And then the other main part about this setup is the bait. I like using sand fleas. So there's a sand flea, and they like to eat it from this side. Now a big one will just eat the whole thing, but smaller ones, barely keeper size, I'd say 12 inches, and 10 to 12 inches, they'll literally use them jaws that I've showed you to haul this out. They will take it and just do that to it and just leave you with the hole. So if your hook points stick out the top of the shell, there's a chance you won't catch that fish. So to increase my chances, I go in from the back side, come out where his legs would. So there you go. Now if he comes up and holds that out, he'll get the hook point. Let's see. Okay, go over here, find your slack current side. I start out about 10 down, 10 foot. Leave it there for just honestly, I don't leave it there about 10 seconds, 15 seconds. If I don't feel nothing, I'll drop it down another 5 feet. All right, there's the piling. I'm starting to feel that with my sinker. And just feel that sinker roll around the piling. And I'm constantly picking the end of my rod up about 2 inches. And what I'm looking for is a little bit of, you'll feel it pull back on you. Like the piling, you'll feel it ticking. So that's your weight on the piling. What I'm looking for is I want something to pull back. Just think of somebody reaching up and grabbing your sinker and pulling it back down to where it came from. That'll be your fish. So nothing there, we'll drop it down another 5 feet. Rolling around the pilings. I can feel the sinker just bumping it down. Just up and down, really, just a couple inches up and down is all I'm doing. And all I'm doing that for is so I can feel it when that sheep's head picks up that sand flea. You'll feel that pull back down. Oh, there it goes. You see that pull back down? So he bit it, but he let go of it. It's there. And he may got my bait off. I'll give it to him for a few more seconds here, and then I'll check it. And that's the key on this, is you got to pay attention when you're sheep's head fishing. If you're sitting here distracted or talking, you can talk and stuff, but you got to be paying attention to what you're doing. You'll get lucky every now and then, and you'll have it to where one just comes by and eats it and takes off with it, but man, I don't feel like it happens very often. So there's that piling. You see it, you always see the slack in my line right there. I'll pick it up and I'll move it just a little bit, so now it rolls down. Them pilings are covered with barnacles, and your weight wants to get hung up on them barnacles. If your hook gets hung up a little bit, just use the weight of your sinker to knock it loose. Going down, all the way down. Work the entire water column. And when you get to the bottom, you'll know it, because you'll feel, you got the tick of the piling of your sinker rubbing on it. When you get to the bottom, it'd be soft, it'd be sand down at the bottom, and you'll just feel it just kind of mush into the bottom. Now I'm at the bottom. It just kind of plops into the bottom of the sand. And I start coming back up with it. It kind of pulled back against me, so that told me it was probably a bite. And honestly, it feels like a crappie biting sometimes. It's about as sensitive. Let's see if I got. He's not been tore up yet, so I'll move a few feet, try it again. Same thing. Just work them pilings out. Okay, there's my pilings. There he is. There you go. It takes attention to detail. It's so it can be a tedious, if there's a bunch of them down there competing, you'll sometimes it is difficult, but just paying attention to your rod tip and what you're feeling is the way to catch these.
Oh, baby.
And you got to start out with now ones this size, this is the ones I'm talking about, will come up and hole. Just take the sand flea out of its hole. Just leave you with a shell. And it is incredibly frustrating to fishermen to have to deal with that, but these things are so delicious, it's worth it. Incredibly tough mouth. Okay, probably about 13, 14 inches. Pretty fish. In the sunshine, they'll have gold and blue and everything else on them. Really pretty. See how long he is. 10 inches is keeper, North Carolina. He's 14 and a half. It is a total length on this fish. 10-inch fish will have about as much meat on it as a 10-inch crappie, to give you a kind of a reference. Pretty fish. It's got some wicked looking chompers. He's going into the ice bath for fish number 15. He got me and the camera and everything else. Whew. Make you see better. That ain't gonna help my sunglasses though. I ain't gonna use that towel on my sunglasses. And I'll probably put that all in one clip because I was explaining as I went. I know it took a while between the time I put my flea on and the time I got the fish, but I think that's kind of necessary to show you how the whole process works. Just from, I can show you more in depth than just showing you me catching a fish. I'm showing you that one clip. And then the boat is just tied up here. We got outgoing tide. That's another necessary thing. I personally have not caught sheephead on the incoming tide. I do not know why. Here at Oregon Inlet, I have my best luck fishing outgoing tide. Today the wind's blowing out of the east, probably about 15 mile an hour. It's currently raining, but we're dry under the bridge here. Just tied the boat up, moved from pile to pile. We was on a different pile a little while ago, and we caught a few fish there. Decided to make a change, come out here, and I just put number 15 in the box, so we'll keep at it here. You just proud. 14 inches or better. Oh, a triggerfish! I caught a triggerfish! Oh, I'm so excited! I've never caught a triggerfish. Woo! That's a first.
Oh, but I didn't know
What in the world? Holy mackerel!
That's a keeper.
I don't know if it is or not, but I'm gonna measure him. Oh man! I caught a triggerfish. Holy cow! Oh my gosh, this thing feels so weird. This is my first triggerfish ever. Oh, I never thought. Oh, it feels like shoes. Like a pair of boots. Look at that, guys. I gotta do the obligatory. Okay, so every time you watch YouTube, every YouTuber ever explains triggerfish's triggers.
You said you wouldn't.
I know, but I didn't say that I would because I want to make fun of everybody that does it. Nah, if you've ever watched YouTube and fishing, you probably know why triggerfish is a trigger. But I got to do it myself because this is the first time I've ever caught one, so I get to do it. See how stiff this is? Oh my gosh, that is so hard. And then it trips. There's a little trigger. Oh my gosh. See how hard? You can't push that down. You flip the trigger, there it goes. Ah, see how long he is? Okay, I'll stop talking about it. Okay, it's
Go length, 15 inches.
It's 13 and a half. Okay, now, great resource out here to have is you take your smartphone, fish rolls, search. I was looking right over it. Oh crap. Okay, trigger. That's a gray trigger fish. 12 inches minimum, and keep 20. Oh, okay, 12 inch. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of it. So he's a keeper. So if this wasn't a keeper, I'd be immediately putting this thing back, but. Yeah. So excited. Oh, there he goes. Triggerfish. I caught a triggerfish. Man. He's robbing me blind. Robbing me blind. I'll catch that fish here in a minute. He's gonna be 20 inches long. I'm calling it now. Probably 10 inches long. That got something.
Still a bite.
Pretty one. Number 19. We caught our limit of sheepshead, so got 20 sheepshead and a triggerfish. But Outer Banks being true to nature, it has turned dark on us, so got a little storm back that way. It's over Wanchese. Really popping, lighting down pretty good. So we elected to come back. Dad's going around and getting the truck right now. Next time I see you, we'll be at the fillet table. And we're going to see if we can clean up this triggerfish. I hear they got a skin like leather, so we're going to test that out. Anxious to see how that goes. I'm sitting here looking at this lighting popping down, hoping I don't get struck. We'll see you at the fillet table though. So back to the fillet table. It is pouring rain out here. We made it back just in time to avoid the rain. We're gonna clean up these sheepshead. I got two different sizes that I'm gonna show how I do them. Bubble blade, fillet knife. This is the flex blade. It's the longer version. So just like a crappie on the small ones. Now this one is 13 inches. Going right behind the fin, right down to the backbone. Then we'll go down the back. Hell, gracious, get wet here. Rain's blowing in. Show the rain. Look how it's storming. I hope you can see that. Crazy. Anyways, flip your meat. So you have that. So it's just like a crappie. You got the little row here you got to cut out. So you get that line out. You still have, there's a row of pin bones right down through there, and a bloodline. So you're going to take that out with, here's your belly side. And finish out your pin bones and bloodline. So there's boneless, no bloodline, perfect fillet, about the size of a crappie fillet. Now, we'll show you how to do a big one. We'll do the other side of that here in just a minute. Now on these bigger ones, the rib bones are just too heavy to get through. I hope you can hear me over the rain. So I'm talking a little bit louder. So with doing these a little bit different. I make my initial cut. I don't go all the way down like I do usually. Then use the tip of my knife. Now get that flea started. That first cut, I went all the way down to his spine. So now, raised up. So now I've cut all the way down to his spine. And instead of going through the ribs on these big ones, I'll just come up and over the rib. There's the ribs. You can see them there. Just like that. And then go back with my fillet now. Just trim your remaining bones up. We're going to cut the bloodline. Always feel of it, make sure I got it all. Okay. Boneless, skinless.
How about
That's just skin meat. I mean, you can eat this too. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But boneless and skinless, we're gonna cut the rest of them up exactly the same way.